That was fucking amazing.
It's coming.
Mary, get back in the circle quick! I do not play this game anymore!
The Midnight Man is directed by Travis Zeroni. Stars Lin Shaye, Gabrielle and Robert Englund. And it's the first film this year to be based on an internet urban legend, not the last. And this one in particular is based around the creepypasta The Midnight Game. This movie's fucking amazing. Not in the way you're thinking, it's probably the dumbest movie I'm going to see all year, and its potential to be this year's The Bye-Bye Man. But nevertheless, it is incredible. I honestly have not laughed this hard at a film since, like, Troll 2, and that is saying a lot because this film is pretty much on the same level as Troll 2. So fair warning, I'm going to be talking a lot about spoilers in this review, but I mean, this movie is kind of incredible and has to be seen to be believed anyway. So even if you're planning on watching it, watch the rest of this video and just bear with me, because it won't make a difference. First off, let's talk about good things. There are not many. I mean, first of all, God bless Robert Englund for being such just an awesome dude and breathing life into even the most vapid of films. This movie's actually really well shot. Like, it's kind of ridiculous that the cinematographer in this film was clearly on a completely different movie set. There are some quite effective visuals here and there. It's kind of amazing. Also, the practical effects are pretty damn good. There's some cool eye gouging and an exploding kid that looks pretty decent. And the Midnight Man himself is, as far as I could tell, entirely practical and looks pretty decent for most of the film. Let's talk about the Midnight Man for a second himself. This character is amazing. And by that I mean he's amazing in the way that the Troll Queen from Troll 2 is amazing.
This is my house.
This dude is just hilarious every time he's on screen. He sounds like Dr. Claw from Inspector Gadget. He's constantly making all these weird movements and weird poses, and he really resembles the Nightman from It's Always Sunny. At one point, he's threatening a girl, and he literally does that, and I lost my mind. It's so funny, and this character is hysterical. The acting in this movie is bad. It's so fucking bad. From the opening scene with the kids, you can tell exactly what kind of acting this movie's gonna have, and it does not improve from there. The kids are horrible. Gabrielle is horrible. At first, I thought it was just because Alex was a bland character, but then I realized it's just because Gabrielle was probably only hired because she's really pretty, but like in the American conventional model sense of being pretty. She has all the emotional range of Bella from Twilight. She's constantly at this just emotionless, dull, monotone drawl for the entire duration of the film. At one point, her grandmother passes out, and she's just standing there staring at her unconscious, frail body on the floor and just stares for a minute and goes, "Graham?" The main guy and the throwaway girl are also terrible, but I'll talk about them later. I want to talk for a minute about Lin Shaye, because I adore this woman as an actress. You guys know this. You've heard me rave about her in my Insidious reviews. But I have no idea what she is doing in this film. Not only just because she's there, but like, she either got no direction or way too much direction, because everything she does in this film is amazing. She's devouring the scenery in the most loud, over-the-top, ridiculously funny way possible. I'm talking like screaming, yelling, making really weird faces and loud, over-the-top, obnoxious, mocking vomit sounds, the whole 9 yards. It's amazing. At one point, she fucking beats Robert Englund to death with her fists. I never thought I'd see a film where that happened, but I have, and it was the scene that I never knew I needed, but I needed it. The whole movie's full of jump scares that just, like, happen. They don't have any build-up, ever. It's not even the stereotypical Hollywood jump scares where they're really predictable. They're not even, like, built up at all. They're just there. People just appear in weird places and, like, behind characters making loud noises. I guess in an attempt to catch you off guard as the audience, but it just becomes funny because all you can think about is why this person teleported there. 90% of the time, it's just Lin Shaye popping up somewhere and going, "Ah! You opened the game!" It's so funny. The writing in this film is honestly the best part because it's so bad. The dialogue is abysmal, the way people act and interact is abysmal. A ton of things just happen for the sake of checking off a box. The kids in the opening scene, like, watch their friend, like, die right in front of them and they barely react. Like, they're just kind of staring, like, open-mouthed and making heavy breathing sounds, but not actually freaking out at all, even though, like, the girl, like, got her fucking head ripped off or whatever. The one boy who explodes a few minutes later literally goes, "Oh, it's just a game," after, like, they just watched their friend die. Like, at some point, that stops being an excuse once people are dead. Miles, the main guy, like, acts concerned when Alex's candle goes out, even though, like, he has no reason to, because they don't realize that it's more than just a game yet. Later in the movie, when Alex and Miles are going around the house trying to find like this candle to save their friend, who, mind you, this is a really time-sensitive situation. They're like rushing to try and find a means of saving her, and then they stop in order to like kiss and have a really awkward conversation about how they love each other or something, half an hour before the film ends, and like there's never been any indication prior that they have any feelings for each other. Speaking of their friend Kelly, let's talk about Kelly. Kelly is like my favorite character in this film because there's no reason for her to exist aside from just to be like a body to kill, because she shows up 45 minutes before the end and she literally just shows up to die. We first find out about her through the brilliant line of dialogue, "Hey, so is Kelly still like a practicing goth? I didn't know goth was a religion." And then Kelly arrives with like 40 minutes to go. Just because an hour into the movie there's still no body count, they have to kill somebody. It's a horror movie. Kelly then proceeds in her awkward, stuffed-nosed California accent to say what is probably my favorite line in the film. The line that caused me to physically throw up my arms and like laugh to the point of choking. I can't believe you guys called the Midnight Man. That's like the kind of shit you read about in creepypastas. You know what creepypastas are, right? This whole fucking movie is like a trasher piece. It's the most amazing thing I've seen this year. It's pretty much exactly what you'd expect from an indie film based on a creepypasta funded by IFC. And I think that's awesome. I'm honestly like fucking floored because I didn't have high hopes for this film, but I didn't expect it to be this bad or this good. I want to show this to like all of my friends and my family and my wife. The Midnight Man is the definition of ironically enjoyable. And it's honestly such a beautiful train wreck that I'm like considering buying it on Blu-ray from a third-party seller because I don't want to give them money. You guys need to check this shit out though. I can't recommend it enough. Like, go hang out with your friends, drink a ton, and watch this. You will have a fucking blast. This movie is hysterical. I watched it alone and I was losing my mind. Give it a watch. You will not regret it. This movie is amazing. I love Robert Englund and I love Lin Shaye, and they're both great actors, but there's no one who could make this film like good in an unironic sense. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching, and you can click down there and like and comment and subscribe. I am blown away by this film. I am so glad I watched this. I got nothing. Thanks, guys.